In this video tutorial, we will learn how to manage and load calculation using the web interface. A calculation is like a kind of a file if we compare it with a file system, but in the repository it is a group of areas. Areas are pieces of text taken from the calculation files with important information such as geometry, frequencies, energies, and etc. At the same time, a calculation also stores the geometry in a very fine-grained way. Because of this, Scipio allows the visualization of the geometry using the web interface and also the search of substructures in the whole database. The most important operation with calculation is the loading calculation operation. Now we are going to load a WASP calculation into a project. First of all, we must select the project into we want to load the calculation. In that case will be test project 01. The load calculation button is now active and we press it. At the bottom right panel, a new form appears. We must fill the form with the right calculation data. We fill the name and description field. And now we select WASP type. As you can see, some buttons have appeared, one of each WASP file. We press each button and we load each calculation file to the server. As you can see, each time a calculation is loaded into the repository appears on the right of each button, file loaded. If any problem, the system will warn you with the appropriate message. Once all files were loaded, it's time to process them. For this, just press load calculation and you wait some second until the calculation is loaded. Once the calculation is successfully loaded, a model window warns you about this. Once loaded, we can select it and we check its contents. Two new buttons are activated, View Areas and View Molecule. If we press on View Areas, it appears on the bottom right panel, the calculation areas. That is the most important data of the calculation extracted from the files we have uploaded before. Each area has assigned a name, as you can see. The last tab of the panel contains the areas with a size bigger than 3 kilobytes. The areas with a size bigger than 3 kilobytes are stored as a file in Scipio. If we press one of those buttons, we can download or view its contents using the current text editor of the system. For example, in this case, we press on geom and we open the file. As you can see here, you have the geometry of the WASP calculation. Another interesting thing you can do is to view the geometry of the calculation. For this purpose, you have the button View Molecule. When you press this button, an applet is loaded and you can view and manipulate the geometry. If any problem on the applet loading, please contact IT department. Your browser has to enable the execution of applets into the browser. The modify and remove functionality will not be explained because they are exactly the same as modify and remove of the project. View the last video for more information. One more command is that calculation inherit the read and write permission and also the owner and group from the parent project that is belongs to. For more information about read and write permissions, owner and group, please watch the last video.